it's time as we're going to bring in Miss Piper one more time. You ain't been bucked till you been bucked. Wow! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the livestock's ready. The bull riders are ready. But I need to know, Senatobia, are you ready?
Well, as we bring in Colbert Ingram, Brett Mahan, two of your Northwest Community College Rangers and Bull Wranglers side, there are still two more men that we have the privilege to introduce to you. Two of the greatest lifesavers in the business and bullfighters from Wyatt, Mississippi, the Smoking Gun, and Jake England. From Houston, Mississippi, the Golden Sip is here, Jakari Golden. So, hotty toddy, good God Almighty, it's O Rama time. Mississippi, are you ready?
Oh, the tempo has been set, Jacob Wallace. We talked moments ago about the matchups. We talked about the young and up-and-coming superstars in the world of the junior bull riding, but right now it's time for that championship professional bull riding. Like you mentioned moments ago, 8 is the magic number.
8 is the magic number, and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, 8 men will qualify back to that short round. 8 seconds to get those big scores, and we're going to start with the number 19 man on our working list. Let's go south to Texas. Longview, Texas. Drake Phillips, Sirius Black is the name of the bucking bull. I tell you what, if you're a good friend and you like movies, it's time to Expelliarmus and ride this bucking bull.
Yeah, talking about Drake Phillips, here we go. Big stake for the bull. Come on.
We might ride the first one. Oh, lost that bull rope, and you take a look back at the bank first big screen, ladies and gentlemen. An opportunity to look exactly what happened. That bull rope gets shook loose out of his hand. The bull reverses the spin, and down goes the cowboy with an O score. As we say thank you to Crenshaw Auction, our friends at Cavender's Boot City, that brought the first matchup of the night. And that bull right there, Sirius Black, he kind of put a spell on our bull rider, didn't he?
He did. That bull right there was at the Velocity Tour Finals of the PBR. So we're not a lack of bull power here tonight. This is the long round. This is the opening round. And when we get to that championship round, these guys are going to have to earn every single point.
So let me just go ahead and ask this question. How many of you bull riding fans are attending your very first live bull riding? Any first-time bull riding fans? How many of you come to Bull Rama every single year and wouldn't miss it for the world? Where are those fans at? So you know what it takes. You know the bull power that we provide for the Buck Wild Bucking Stock and our friends at Patriot Pro Rodeo. As I believe we're going to go to Colt Christie, Wetumpka, Alabama, and a bull from Patriot Pro Rodeo, back 40. As Bo Wright gives us the numbers, and I believe that was a number 8, and it sure is. Oh, that's 11. Check them out. Let's go to Aiden Fortin. Philadelphia, Mississippi. Lost Highway. This is one of those matchups that we were looking forward to, Caleb.
This is one of those matchups right there, Jacob Wallace. This cowboy last night was 90 points. I watched him in Natural Dam, Arkansas. He rode Adrenaline Rush for 83.5 points to take home a top 5 spot. Lost Highway, this is a great bucking bull right here.
Him in his hometown of Philadelphia, Mississippi, win the aggregate of the Southeastern Pro Rodeo Finals, win the 2024 year in, the 17, actually I believe he's only about 16 years old, to be honest with you. But this young man, bucking chute number 1, McDonald Welding and Cornerstone Equipment, or Equine that is the spot it is going to happen from. I tell you what, the bull's name is Lost Highway, but we want to find the right tracks. Watch this kid do it. Oh, Mississippi is one of your own home state kids. Caleb, what a bull ride, and we get a chance to roll it back on the bank first big screen.
This cowboy, Jacob, like I mentioned, 90 points last night. His confidence is through the roof and showing why he is as good as he is. Numbers are in. How about 83 points?
Talk about starting with a bang. 83 is a number that everybody is chasing. As we now go to Kaufman, Texas, that is the home of Dakota Smith. He's a Northwest Community College Ranger. He is the reigning Ozark Region bull riding champion and current #1 man in the region again, the Ozarks. Flashbang is the bull. I talked with him earlier, Caleb. He is super excited to be matched up with this bull inside the WW Steel #3.
Yeah, Josh Dennison from Patriot Pro Rodeo, the one that owns this bull. I talked to him a little bit before the event. There's a slew of these bucking bulls that have been to the Velocity Tour finals of the PBR. This is one of those bulls that was outstanding at the finals.
I first met this bull at a Sunday Fun Day about a month ago. I'm excited for this matchup as much Dakota Smith is excited about it. Your #1 ranked bull rider in the region, a man that won the 3rd round of the College National Finals this past July in Casper, Wyoming. And in fact, he won the home rodeo in April. So he's trying to win here again in 2025 at O Rama. As we talk about the WW Steel, the Bucking Chute, Magnolia Electric, along with Cox Excavation, is where the matchup is. Those great sponsors that put up a lot of money to bring over 20-plus bull riders to your event tonight. And a chance for 8 men to crack back to that short round. 83 is the magic number so far, but I got a feeling we can go a little bit higher than that if this goes good.
Come on, Mississippi, slap them hands together to the beat of the music. All right, Dakota is trying to get that bull to scoot over just a little bit. He's kind of leaning on the backside, trying to get his leg down. Having a little bit of trouble with that right now. As he's easing up, here we go.
Get around. Hey, check this out. Oh, Mississippi, we're riding them tonight. Oh, Cody Rhoda, Davy Ross, I hope you brought some sharpened pencils tonight. Half the score for the bull, half the score for the cowboy. Folks, 83 is the number to beat. The scores are in. How about 84 points and 1 better to #1?
And as we're making our way inside the Prime Manufacturing Bucking Chute, we're going to Harris Brown from Oxford, Mississippi. He's got a bucking bull they call Slash. Now watch this bull, Jacob, in Ozark, Missouri. Isaiah Tullis from Beverly, Ohio, rode this bull for a 3rd place finish with 85 points.
All I got to say to that is hotty toddy. Ole Miss got the dub. This young man's an Oxford bull rider. We're not far from his hometown. Let's get behind him. Jake England, Ja'Cory Golden right in there to step in and save the bacon. We'll watch it back on the big screen. Watch this right here. His feet get to flopping, get a little bit behind him, and the right there drops to the inside of the spin. The bull smart enough to slow down just a little bit and let the cowboy override him. Man, that overriding stinks. I'll just be flat out honest with you. Because when you think you're in a good spot, these bulls, they're not your average day milk show cow on the farm. They are smart. They know when to get you on the ground, as we just watched it right there.
So as you take a look at the leaderboard, Dakota Smith, Kaufman, Texas, 84 points. Aiden Fortune, Philadelphia, Mississippi, Bull Twister, 83 points. Let's go to a young man, Jacob. I think you know him.
Brandon Shirley from Senatobia, Mississippi, matched up with a Patriot Pro Rodeo bull by the name of Last Nerve. Folks, there is nothing harder to do than ride in front of your friends, your family, your hometown. But a man that has an opportunity to do just that and be 85 points or better is the man that you are about to watch next to go. Brandon Shirley, I've seen him at the Sunday Fun Days that are on the ranch in Como, Mississippi, the home of the Buck Wild bucking stock. This young man's got all the abilities in the world to get this bull ridden. As we make it happen inside the Crenshaw Auction in Cavender's Boot City Buck and Shoot. Another one of those Patriot Pro Rodeo bucking bulls.
Yeah, I'm talking about a little bit about Brandon Shirley. One of the toughest things to do is ride in your hometown in front of your home crowd. I got a chance to watch this young talented cowboy in Natural Dam, Arkansas start an outstanding bull ride, but he could not quite capitalize on it. But he's right here in his back door. I think this is going to be good.
Do you think this bull, when they were naming this bull, Josh, was like naming it after his kids? Somebody was on his last nerve. Oh, Brandon Shirley. The thunder rolls outside, but it's getting hot inside. Woo. Well, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. Bug meet windshield on that one. Folks, do me a favor. He's a hometown man. He needs a little hometown hospitality. Ooh, the Roan Bull brought it tonight. I'm going to be honest with you. That is probably the worst feeling in the world is when you're riding a bull and all of a sudden you look out in front of you and you're going right over the horns. So let's get the train back on the track. What do you say, Caleb?
Absolutely, buddy. As we go down inside of the McDonald bucking shoot right now, all the way to the far side with a young cowboy from Munford, Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama cowboy, and a cowboy, Jacob, that right now rides for the Oklahoma Wildcatters.
Well, 4 times the young man has seen the bright lights of Las Vegas and Fort Worth, Texas. Casey Roberts, Munford, Alabama, a Southeastern Circuit finalist all the way down in Florida. And a young man that is now focused on being 85 points or better, the 2022 College National Bull Riding Champion as well, which means out of all the bull riders in college rodeo just a few years ago, he's the best. Come on, Casey. You talk about a bull that was more undecisive than Joe Biden getting up a set of stairs. Heads up, boys. He's mad as Kamala Harris when she got the election results. You gotta be careful around that hunk of beef. We'll take a look back on the big screen again, presented by our friends at Bank First. This bull does a lot of head slinging, bringing that front end around. Casey sitting right in the middle doing everything he needs to do to be qualified right. Now, so far, he knows the lineup behind him is a great list of bull riders. Here's the situation. The score's not going to be the highest that we've seen all night or going to see all night. And our judges are confirming right now. They're going to give him a second bull. Are they going to keep the score? Did something else happen that we might not have seen as bull riding announcers? So we're going to discuss with those judges. But as of right now, we're going to look to the big screen, a chance to look at that leaderboard. And Dakota Smith, Northwest Community College, is leading all bull riders with 84 points. Is that number one man on Saturday night. Behind him, Ayton Forden with an 83-point ride is sitting number 2. As we bring the curtain down on the first section of bull riding tonight, looks like we are going to have a third qualified ride out of that board here momentarily. Caleb?
Yeah, now it is time, kids. Make your way to the arena, kids. 12 and under. 8 to 12, 8 to 12, sorry, 8 to 12. Kids, make your way inside the arena right now. We have a little fun for you. So all kids, don't be scared. We're not going to turn a bull out. Ages of 8 to 12.
I will say this, we're going to turn something out. It's not going to be a bull, but it is going to be a chance for all of our children at that age group to win prizes here tonight. And they're all brought to you by our friends Greek Ellick and his lovely wife at Swanky Cow Creations, the red canopy at the back end of the Bud Young Arena. That is where you can go find all your creations. I'm talking custom leather, earrings. They've got beadwork. They've got a whole bunch of great items back there that you can only find right here in Senatobia, Mississippi.
Yeah, also don't forget about the Northwest Ranger merchandise booth over there, as well as the Buck Wild booking stock. Go down there and get your Buck Wild booking stock merchandise and your Northwest Ranger merchandise as well. So all kids 8 to 12, 8 years of age to 12 years of age. We are going to have a little fun inside the dirt.
Caleb, as we gather our children, we're getting ready to turn some calves out, doing a little scrambling like eggs on a Sunday morning. We'll throw that leaderboard up there. There it is. That's what it looks like. Dakota Smith, 84 points, leading all bull riders. Right behind him, Mississippi's own Aiden Fortin from Philadelphia. Then Alabama's Casey Roberts does slide in there with a 73-point marking. 3 scores on the board. 8's the magic number, and we're a quarter of the way there.
That's exactly right. 73 points, Casey Roberts. He did not have the bull that he really wanted, but, you know, he's still 73 points, so he's still, you know, made his way into the short round as of right now. So if we were to shut everything down, he would solidify his spot in that championship round.
Exactly.
We have a whole lot of bull riding left.
You have to ride what's in front of you and let the judges make the decision. And that could be a businessman's decision. We may not ride another bull the rest of the night. We started with 3 in the first section. That doesn't happen all the time, but we sure rode 3 this time around. So that we will fill the field of 8 regardless.
All right. So the calf scramble, kids, 8 to 12. The way this works is you got to get the ribbon off the calf's tail. They're paying 3 places. 3 places donated by Swanky Cow Creations, Greek Ellick and family. So all kids, are you ready, kids? Get it on your mind. Raise your hand if you're ready.
Hold on now. Hold on. They're going to be doing some running, so we can't just turn them loose all on cotton candy. I need every kid that can hear my voice to do 5 jumping jacks. Do 5 jumping jacks. Now, when you get your jumping jacks done, bend over and touch your toes to the count of 10. When you get to 10, everybody do 5 push-ups. Once you get done with your push-ups, grab a big handful of dirt, raise it high in the air, and as Greek Ellick says, shove it down in your pocket. That's your souvenir from the bull riding tonight. So now that we're all limbered up, what do you say we release some beef, Caleb Claybrook?
All right. Senatobia, let's count them down. 3, 2, 1, go!
Those poor calves, they don't know what's coming.
If you get a ribbon, take it down there to Mr. Greek Ellick. He's standing right there in the middle of the arena. Only 3 players are going to get something from Mr. Greek, but you must have that yellow ribbon on that calf's tail. Got to grab the caution tape. Oh, there's still 2 left. There he is right there. Grab it.
Hem him up in the corner. Cut him off at the pass. I hate that cliche. Get him right there. Oh, so close. I think Greek Ellick picked some track star calves tonight. Oh, about had it. We got some help coming your way, youngsters. I'm going to be honest with you. These calves are zigging and zagging like Ole Miss did all over Oklahoma today.
Easy.
Oh, sorry.
Easy.
Sorry,
I'm
I
from
forget.
Oklahoma. You gotta give me a little bit of credit. They played okay.
They played better than that one team from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
That's exactly right.
Looks like we got 2 winners, possibly 3. Okay.
Yeah, we got 3. That is it, kids. Thank you for playing. Get to the bleachers.
Parents, now would be a perfect time to get up from your seats and go shopping as your children return. If you got a sense of humor like that, I'm saying. We'll gather our cattle up. We'll get them escorted out. We will get you back to section number 2 in our bull riding. So we'll throw it back up on the big screen. A chance to look at the leaderboard one more time. That is the top 3 scores coming into the second section of bull riding. Texas is by way of Senatobia, Mississippi. Dakota Smith leading all bull riders 84 points. Mississippi's Aiden Fortin with an 83. Then Alabama's Casey Roberts at 3rd with a 73-point ride. But Caleb, there is more bulls to be bucked.
Oh, absolutely. That is just a little taste of what you're going to watch as we are locked, loaded, and ready to go with section number 2. We're going to start with a young cowboy from Independence, Mississippi. We talk about this cowboy, Jaden Jackson. This cowboy, I watched him have an event win in Ripley, Mississippi, but we talk about that bucking bull. Crazy Talk from Patriot Pro Rodeo. They marked this bull 45.5 out of 50 at the Dixie National earlier this year.
You know, Jaden Jackson, a young man that is a member of your Northwest Community College Ranger, in fact, a former bull riding champion as a junior bull rider of this very event just a couple of years ago. So the young man knows what it takes to win right here at the Bud Young Arena. As well, Mr. Bud Young just happens to be with us, the legend himself. Folks, I tell you what, if John Wayne was still around, that's what he'd look like right there. As we're glad to have the legend himself as we celebrate almost 4 decades of crowning champions at Bull O Rama.
36 years strong.
You know, we've been a part of it. This is my 5th year. This is your 3rd. I can't wait to see what it's going to get to when we get to 40 years.
Oh, I know. As we get everything set to go, we're rousing it up that rope. Back inside the Cavender's Boot City of Crenshaw Auctions bunking chute. Jaden Jackson, like my partner said, has already been a champion in the junior bull riding as a younger, talented bull rider. But now he's stepping up with the big boys, picked up an event win in Ripley, Mississippi. And the bucking bull, my oh my, Crazy Talk from Patriot Pro Rodeo. This is what it's all about in the world of professional bull riding, Jacob Wallace. It's the matchups like this.
Ended up making the short round in Southern Arkansas just the other day, one of those college rodeos that he's a part of in the Ozark region. So the young man's on a little bit of a streak. In fact, Ripley, Mississippi will be there in that fantastic town here in just a few short weeks for the annual FFA Bull Bash. And we'll be back here in Senatobia for bucking around the tree in December. But that's it in the future. Come on, Jaden. My, oh my. That is a large piece of hamburger. Caleb, I have a question for you.
What's that?
If a full-grown bull makes a hamburger, does a calf make a slider?
I have no idea.
Just curious. Hands up, boys and girls. I promise you that bull right there, he is the first to the feed trough, and he doesn't miss very many meals. The athletic animal, beautiful brindle-colored. And Braden Mahan, you better have him in 4 low because that bull's taking a lot of twine. I'm going to be honest with you. That horse right now is saying, Braden, I hate you. Does this kind of remind anybody of trying to drag your kids out of Walmart? Anybody? That's what it kind of reminds you. Ought to know. Your young one's crawling around by now.
Oh, yeah, he's getting there.
You know, Justin's little one, Rowdy, turns 3 here in just a few short days. I can't believe he's almost 3 years old. All right, so let's go to West Point, Georgia. Another Patriot Pro Rodeo bull by the name of Gunner is teamed up with a Georgian Luke Moon. The Peach State Bull Rider trying to etch his name as the number 4 man to come back into that short round. 84 points is leading all bull riders again right behind him with an 83-73. As we look to ride a 4th bull tonight. All right, Luke Moon, the West Point, Georgia bull rider. Gunner's the animal. Front side buck and shoot. McDonald, Welding, and Cornerstone Equine. Hey, we got something started. Now finish this deal. Tell me it's good, Mississippi. Do you want it? Folks, I am not seeing any indication of a thumbs down. I am seeing pencils put to paper. So we'll put them in at 79 points and going number 3 on Saturday night in O Rama. Oh, folks, I get a chance to look back at the bank first big screen. As Logan Ronnie rolls it back for us one more time. Check a look at this. Talk about difficult to ride. That bull rears up like a bucking horse, switch the opposite round, then right there, he crits it out, but 8 seconds is the opportunity, and he sees, as they say, carpe diem, and sees the day.
All right, rolling inside, buck and shoe number 3, Magnolia Plumbing. To a cowboy that last night in Oxford, Mississippi was 90.5 points. He's also a Bulls Pans and Barrels world champion. In 2024, took home the event win in Birmingham, Alabama at the Bulls in the ballpark. Taylor Allen, he's got a bucking bull, firebrand at 302, Agent Shaky from Patriot Pro Rodeo.
And a young man that's been on some of the biggest, baddest bulls in the world, a Velocity Tour, PBR, Cowboy in years past. We've seen him have great stints. A man that has been a part of the Lastly Bull Riding Tour to help Buck Wild Bucking Stock and Hannah Plantation win that bull riding tour as well. So the young man has abilities. I just want to see him happen here tonight.
He has got a ton of confidence right now going into this matchup, trying to put the bow on the package.
Hey, he won money here last year. He wants to be a repeat offender and win money again in 2025. So Louisiana, as they say down on the bayou, it's time to laisser le bon temps rouler and let the good times roll, eh?
He's a cowboy that's going to solidify his spot, or he's going to give everything in his God-given ability to make that happen. Taylor Allen, Glen, Louisiana, Agent Shaky. We are just about set. Magnolia Plumbing brings it to you right now.
Just another day at the office. As we watch back in the bank first big screen, check a look. Bull's into his hand. He is honing out of him and making every single move. It is picture perfect. Even gives him a little extra kick for a little extra points. What are we going to do? Will it be north of 84? We're about to find out.
Absolutely. How about a new leader, 85 points?
Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, they don't move that number much, but it moves it enough to take that number 1 spot. 85, 84, 83, 79, and 73. We have ridden 5 of the required 8 that we need to come back to the short round. And that moves us right to Myrtle, Mississippi's Austin Blue. Another Patriot Pro Rodeo bull, Dirty Ivory.
Talking about this fucking bull right here from Patriot Pro Rodeo. They rode this bull in Ozark, Missouri a few weeks back for 82.5 points to take home a top 5 finish. Dirty Ivory. And a young cowboy that should be very ecstatic from Myrtle, Mississippi, Austin Blue.
Austin Blue, a veteran of this game. Been around a long time, has battled through injury, battled through the hard times, and he's looking for a good time to happen to him in old Senatobia. Prime Manufacturing, Cedar Gap Wealth Management, Bucket Shoots where it's happening from. Nods his head, let's get him rode. Ooh, my goodness. Talk about a large farm animal again. I'm going to be honest with you. I got a large feed bill back home in Arkansas with my herd. I don't want to see the Patriot Pro Rodeo feed bill with them two bulls that we just watched.
My, oh my. You watch that replay. That cowboy, he took a shot right out of the gates. All right, Senatobia, he can hear you. His chickens are scattered, but his ears aren't hurt.
I'll tell you what, I about didn't recognize him with all that hair he's grown out over the last couple of years. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we're going to give you an opportunity here in just a little while to win yourself a custom one-of-a-kind Northwest Community College Yeti cooler inside this arena with our baseball toss. That will be coming up here in just a little bit. So if you've not purchased your baseballs, now is a great time to get that done because we will toss baseballs. The closest one, like playing a good old-fashioned game of horseshoes, will get an opportunity to leave with that Yeti cooler.
All right, going inside the book and shoot number 1 with a bull rider. What's that number on your list? Colt Christie. You talked about this cowboy, Jacob, from Wetumpka, Alabama. He is matched up with a Patriot Pro Rodeo bull. Back 40.
I love this kid's try. I like to watch him win tonight. Away from his hand and back the other way. We take a look back at the bank first big screen, the replay. He's got this bull tapped off and knocked out. Logan, run it back for me one more time. I want you to see again. I said it earlier, these bulls are super smart. He knows he's getting ridden the one way. Watch him he doesn't even put the blinker on. He just says, I'm going to go the opposite way. And then, unfortunately, through the time and all for our bull rider, we lose the rope, and down we go with a no score from Wetumpka, Alabama's Colt Christie. Just a couple of years ago, he finished number 2 in the Southeastern Professional Rodeo Association. Watched him win over $5,000 in one night. That kid rides really well, but tonight just not his night. But here's the situation, though. We've rode 5. 3 more will field the field of 8. But if something weird was to happen and we do not ride 3 more bulls, we will draw those 3 back. So as we move to another Mississippi bull rider, Xavier Davis, we step into the Buck Wild bucking stock bulls and an animal by the name of Beefy Brindle. That's the name of the bull that is coming up next. As that second starting gate Crenshaw auction, along with Cavender's Boot City, live for the West and dress like the champs at Cavender's. As we talk about Xavier, again, 5 scores on the board. Trying to be north of 85. 85.5 would get it done. But as we've noticed, we keep changing the leaderboard in 1-point increments, Caleb.
Yeah, taking a look at the leaderboard right now. Taylor Allen, 85. He is the new number 1. This young kid, Xavier Davis, he's going to have his hands full. This bull right here, they They marked him pretty good in Ozark, Missouri. Old Beefy Brindle from Buckwild.
But another Mississippi bull rider. Another Mississippi native trying to get it done on a home soil. All right, Xavier. And loose braided bull rope tied around the midsection of the bucking bull with a handhold in the middle that you run your right hand in, left hand, right hand, the opposites in the air, known as the free arm. That free arm helps you keep your balance, makes the adjustments throughout the ride. Let's get it going. Away from his hand. And folks, that's just a baby. That bull's only about 3.5, 4 years old, if that. He's basically like a teenager, like 15 to 18 years old. All he wants to do is tear stuff up, as you just witnessed. Colvin Ingram, you better be careful, my friend. I've seen him do some cowboy stuff, but right now we're in a tight spot. Woo. Hey, can we have a round of applause for that right there, folks? I guarantee there was a few people in the crowd saying, oh, dang, we're in a tight spot. And he was able to wiggle his way out of it. I don't know how he can do that. I hope he's not in trouble with the law getting out of situations like that. All right, Bull, you're holding up progress. Number 9. Cody, Rhoda, 9, right? All right, hey, Bull, real talk. You're holding up progress. There's hay and water and good-looking ladies in the back pen if you'll just leave. This bull's got his east and west confused. We need him to head north and south. I don't know what direction the arena is, so just go with it. Well, folks, again, we talk about those vendors. Buckwild Bucking Stock, an opportunity to get your one-of-a-kind merchandise along with your Northwest Community College Ranger official merchandise. Support your Ranger athletics and your university, as we are proud to have the bookstore with us, on tap with us tonight here at the Bud Young Arena, along with Swanky Cow Creations and all of our outstanding vendors. The only place you can get their merchandise is right here tonight. And if you don't get it bought tonight, well, we might give you the link where you can get it later. Good work, boys. Colvin Ingram, that man right there, he's a top 5 team roper in the Ozark region. Pretty good calf roper as well. Braden Hahn right now, the number 3 ranked steer wrestler in the Ozark region as well. So we're pretty proud to have those two guys with us in our team and in this arena. Caleb Claybrook, let's go to South Haven, Mississippi, just north of us today, buddy.
Magnolia Lighting Bucking Shoot. Avery Cotton and a bull they call Eager Snake. This bull has taken several cowboys to the top. Can it take this one?
I watched Taylor Allen ride that bull for 85 plus in Harrison, Arkansas. I know the bull is rideable, but that young man from South Haven right there just had a tough night with Eager Snake.
Yeah, you talk about Taylor Allen rides that bull for 85 points. Then you talk about Senatobia's own Lucas Mooningham, who we'll watch a little bit later on. He rode that bull in Bentonville, Arkansas earlier this year for 87 and a half.
All right, so let's go to Zachary Nagel. Zachary Nagel matched up with a bull by the name of Dirty Ivory, I do believe is the bull he is drawn tonight. Oh, change him up, sorry. Buckwild Bucking Bull, Booty Bounce.
Oh, yeah. Say that again.
Buckwild's Bucking Bull, Booty Bounce. There's a lot of B's in that saying.
What a name for a bucking bull. Zachary Nagel, Mississippi Cowboy, and the old Booty Bounce from Buckwild. This is a new bucking bull.
He's a perfectly named bull because To be able to jump, kick, and spin, that booty's got to bounce.
Exactly.
I mean, am I wrong, Paul Noel? One of our official photographers, Paul Nolt, in the house. Crenshaw Auction in Cavender's Boot City again, where it's happening from. All right, Zach, looking for that 6th qualified ride of the night. And the Buck Wild Bull that's loaded inside that WW Steel of the Bud Young Arena. Let's go! Woo! That's a juicy little piece of beef jerky. Watch that bull on the big screen do his thing. That's another young one. Born and raised right down the road in Old Como, Mississippi. Raised up to the ripe old age of 3 years young. You buck him with the dummy, you test him at 1, you try him at 2, you push him at 3, and that little baby's got a chance to be something special. If he doesn't make it as a bucking bull, Ja'Cory Golden, he'll make it as a NASCAR. He's pretty darn fast going in a left-hand turn. So I believe we're going to Ryder Carpenetti next to go. 1-7 or 7. Thank you.
You're right, 7.
All right, Senatobia, Mississippi, by way of Independence. A 5-time Southeastern Circuit Finals bull riding champion. The 2023 Southeastern Circuit bull riding champion in the NFR Open qualifier. Lucas Mooningham is the man that's getting ready to crack down. Folks, he is from your hometown of Senatobia, born and raised in Independence, now resides in your very hometown. A California Rodeo Salinas champion, a man that has represented your community at some of the biggest, most prestigious rodeos in the world. A former O Rama champion. And he'd love to get a little more money here on home soil, Caleb.
He's got the bull they call Bootstrap Bill from Buckwild Bucking Stock. Here's a cowboy that is staring down the barrel of a loaded pistol. This bull was absolutely extravagant in Ozark, Missouri, one of the high mark bulls of the night. But I'm not counting out Lucas Mooningham.
I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I'm going to bet $100 to your lovely wife over to my left, cracking the music out, that Lucas Mooningham rides this bull. He's north of 85. I'd bet you, but I think she's got all the money.
Hey, I'm not even going to bet against you. I've seen this cowboy ride bulls in this arena for more than 85 points. And when you talk about the talent, Lucas Mooningham, and you talk about the bull power underneath him, man, we might even see 90 here in this opening round.
See, this past February in Ottumwa, Iowa, at a $20,000 added bull riding finals, win the 4th round north of 85 points. Let's do it again.
Oh, come on.
That's the best 100 I've ever lost. Because that's how bad we want him to do well and win this event. We want them all to do well. As we roll it back on the big screen, you get a chance to see exactly where it went wrong. When you get to the end of your arm and off the back end of them bulls, it's pretty well over at that point.
Well, here's the deal, Jacob. He may not be done. You know, the magic number, it's 8 here tonight. 8 tonight. So if we don't have 8 cowboys get qualified rides, he will come back on time. As we're sliding down with a Floresville, Texas cowboy, Cody Gilbert. And I love this little bucking bull, 817, Little Lester from Buckwild Bucking Stock. This little bull right here is fun. to watch.
A former Northwest Community College Ranger and College National Finals bull rider. This young man right here wants to get it done. I'm glad he's back. I'm going to basically adopt him as a hometown man as he represented the red and blue for several years. And I'll be honest with you, as we know, Bull Rama goes on every single year, 36 years of history. But since Coach Will Loomis has taken over, Northwest is, I've pretty much called it Bulldogger U. So if it has anything to do with bull riding and bulldogging, it's happening right here in your Northwest Community College, because the reigning bulldogging champion of the Ozark region from Northwest, the reigning bull riding champion of the Ozark region, Caleb, from Northwest Community College.
Yeah, this young man, Magnolia Lighting Bucking Chute. As you can see right there, Mr. Will Loomis on the back of the bucking chute. The #1 steer wrestler right now in the world. Going to make his way to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo in December. He overlooks this cowboy. This is a really, really good matchup, Little Lester. This bull's daddy was an outstanding bucking bull as well. Cody Gilbert, Floresville, Texas. The young cowboy from the Lone Star State, fixing to show you what he's made of. As we slide up, let's roll!
What a bull. Fast, the way you draw it up. Away from his hand, yes. That adds a little bit to the difficulty. But that is a bull that we as announcers have come to watch him ride quite often. But just not happening tonight. So let's go to Buckhead, Georgia. That is the home of a saddle bronc rider and bull rider, Levi Alliston. I watched this young man qualify to Philadelphia, Mississippi in the Southeastern Professional Rodeo Finals this past January. I just watched him the other day at Pisgah, Alabama, not only ride a saddle bronc, but came oh so close to winning over $4,000 in the bull riding all by himself. Levi Allison, the Georgia man, matched up with a buck wild bucking bull. Well, read between the lines, the middle finger.
This is an outstanding bucking bull. We've watched top bull riders in this arena be in the high 80s and even 90 points on this 952G. This is going to be good. Middle finger. What can Georgia do? Oh, smart bull.
All right, stop the presses. You talk about a dirty move. Watch this back. I mean, that's like driving down the interstate and somebody just slams the brakes on you. That was dirty, uncalled for. And Levi, my goodness, I'm sorry, brother, but thanks for coming. Old middle finger left him in the spot he started with almost.
Oh, yeah, he didn't even turn on the blinker. He just switched it up right on the dime. That's a veteran bull. Middle finger.
You know, speaking of blinkers, I've noticed something about Mississippi. I've noticed a lot of people around this area, they pull up to a stop sign or an intersection, they come to a complete stop, then flip their blinker on where they're going.
Let's get the Cooper Caldwell McDonald bucking chute. Here's a cowboy that's been on fire in 2025. He was a third place cowboy at the Outlaw Chuck and Buck Chase Outlaw down at the Chuck Wagon Races. He was 89 in Harrison, Arkansas. Watch this.
Went 2 for 3 the other day in Dallas, Texas. At the CPRA Finals and comes down tonight. Folks, that young man, just 18 years young from Monticello, Arkansas. An Arkansas high school bull riding champion and a standout athlete. Just gets put asunder by a bucking bull by the name of Cowboy Troy from Buckwild.
All right, let's take you inside the Cavender's Boot City and Crenshaw Auctions starting gate. Here's a cowboy from my home state of Oklahoma. Council Hill, Oklahoma is where he makes his home. Braden Gilcrease. He had a top 10 finish at the Extreme Bulls in Palmer, Alaska. He was 83 in Woodward, Oklahoma. He's a cowboy that sat on the sidelines with injuries all last season. Now he's coming back trying to gain some momentum, get back in the rhythm, and keep that train on the tracks.
If anything we've learned about bull riding, injuries make you hungry. When you come back healthy, all you want to do is stay healthy and keep winning, because winning fixes everything.
Winning does fix everything. These Cowboys, this is what they do for a living. So they don't want to stay on the sidelines. They don't want to stay at home. They want to go up and down the trail. And somebody this good and this talented as Braden Gilcrease. He's got a bunking bull they call Mojo Bone. Mojo Bone is a bunking bull from Buck Wild. Southpaw bull rider. Oklahoma cowboy. As you can look at the preparation of the bull rider on the big screen. Bull leaning on him just a little bit. He says, let's go. Come on. Come on. Oh, as we go to our officials, thumbs up, qualified ride.
You talk about having to work for this one. Watch it back on the bank first, big screen. He's bucking, he's riding right there. He gets bound over the front. His inside foot comes up, but he grits it out and hangs on to the very last as we've got numbers coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, check this. How about 86 points to number one? So it is practically a log jam. You've got 86, 85, 84, 83, 70, 79, and 73. 6 of the 8 have been ridden as we look to ride another. As we move to Moody, Alabama's Ryder Carpenetti, he furthers his education at the University of Tennessee at Martin. This past August, punched his ticket to his first Bulls, Bands, and Barrels World Finals in Fort Worth, Texas. A standout bull rider, a former Alabama high school champ and national high school finals qualifier. As a lot of these young men come up through Little Britches Rodeo, junior high, on to high school, now to the college ranks as he furthers his education at T. Martin. We'd love to get him to come over here, but he had to go somewhere.
Yeah, Ryder Carpenetti is a young, talented bull rider and a guy you got to keep your eye on. I followed him as he's grown up through the ranks. Watched him at the MBR, then watched him at the high school level, and now at the professional level. And like my partner said, he rides the collegiate level at the University of Tennessee Martin. Here's a very, very talented bull rider.
Magnolia Lighting, Cox Excavation, Buck and Shoots where it's at. The bully strong for the Buckwild Bucking Stock Milkman. It's time to come home with a full gallon and an 8-second ride. Rider man, let's live up to that first name and let's ride this bull. Jump kick into his head. Oh no, don't do that. Oh, you talk about trouble. Watch it back on the bank first, big screen. When that bull finally turns back into his hand, I thought all day long we're going to ride him. But that big hunk of hamburger, he just a little enough pressure to pop his hand out of the bull ropes. All it takes, just a little pressure.
Yeah, as you take a look back at the replay screen one more time, as you watch that ride, watch this ride as it progresses. He's got his eyes where it needs to be, but watch where he looks as we slow it down right here. Watch him. Checks out. He just quits trying. That bull simply overpowered him, and he said, I got you beat. Cowboy said,
A little
Not gonna happen.
self-preservation might have kicked in there at the last little bit. That bull made that big move and really shifted his hips, and then you land where you look, and I'm glad you pointed it out.
oh, let's go to this cowboy right here, Jacob Wallace. He just signed with the Oklahoma Wildcatters. Colton Burkhardt formerly made his home in Ivanhoe, Texas. Now makes his home a little bit north in Paris, Texas. Here's a cowboy that's been extraordinary in 2025. I love to watch his cowboys, a former PBR Stockyard Showcase champion. Tonight, he is matched up with the bull. 222 is the hot brand Pistol Paint. Pistol Paint is the name of the Bucking Bull from Buck Wild. Right, Burkhardt. Here's another cowboy. I watched him in Mesquite, Texas, as he's grown up in the ranks of bull riding. He was a WCMB World Finals qualifier, and he's also been in the Youth Bull Riding World Finals. Now, as he's grown up a little bit in age, he's at the PBR level right where he needs to be.
And let's put it all to Sonder. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. Right now, we want to see what's going to happen here in Senatobia. We've rode 6, 2 more to fill the field of 8 on rides. That's what we would love to see. And that's how many bull riders we have left to go in this next section. Just a couple of men with a couple of opportunities to fill those last 2 slots on rides. Regardless, if we buck them off, we're still going to fill that field of 8 with 8 bull riders with a chance to win this event. But right now, it is all about Colton Burkhardt, Paris, Texas. Pistol Paint is not wanting to cooperate inside the McDonald Welding and Cornerstone Equine Buck and Shoot. But I tell you what does cooperate, and that's a little motley crew. Turn that up. I do want to say thank you to Cheryl Kingsley with Lenny's from Hernando, Mississippi for doing our hospitality. Always a huge, huge thank you. The bread pudding is always amazing. Always.
All right, we're just about set. McDonald Welding Bucking Shoot. Colton Burkhardt, Paris, Texas. Oh, this Texan, he don't want to waste any time in the bucking shoot. That bull is throwing everything at him right now, trying. All the cowboy needs is a little window of an opportunity to slide up and nod his head. See Cooper Caldwell right there at the front. Trying to get that bull to stand up. He's leaning on the backside, got his head down.
Basically what happened is this bull is a 5 to 9er Monday through Friday. He punched out yesterday at 4:30 and does not want to work on a Saturday night. That's basically what's happening. He's also saying the temperatures have dropped. It's raining and I don't want to do a darn thing. But guess what, buddy? We're in a covered arena under the great Bud Young. His namesake is on the venue, and he's got the flag in hand ready to signal the ride. I will say this. There he is. Okay, so that actually might be a good thing. He took the bull laying down. The bull kicked the buck and shoot that kind of threw the bull off a little bit. The judges might consider it But he's not going to ask, and I'm not going to push the envelope, so it looks like it's going to be a no score, so it might not be as good a thing as I was hoping for him, Caleb.
Yeah, not going to play out in the Cowboys' favor, that's for sure. Colton Burkhardt, as he comes down. You can see he is very upset right there as he is conversating with the officials.
That's a Blade Verdon. The next man to go on a buck wild bucking bull. And Easy E is the bull from Buck Wild Bucking Stock. Inside that Cavender's bucking chute along with Crenshaw auction. The last man of the long go to have a chance to have a say in the short round, Caleb.
This bull right here was the bull that took Talon Congeezer to the event win in Ozark, Missouri just a few weeks back. Blaine Verdon, I don't know much about the Cowboy, but I know a lot about this bucking bull, and he could take over that 86 and be better. Might even be 87.
All he's got to be is a quarter point ahead to take over the lead. So 86 and a quarter is very doable on this bull. But if you sit in the middle and you make every single move, you're going to be north of 86, I promise you. He's already 43 and a half inside the bucking chute. He just needs to nod his head and turn him outside. Hey, if you've bought your baseballs, I would consider getting your arms loosened up. Somebody's going to have a chance to win a Yeti cooler. Compliments of the Northwest Community College Ranger Rodeo team. Under a $1 million winner, a reserve world champion, an American rodeo winner, and the #1 ranked steer wrestler in the world, Will Loomis. Hey, we got something going. And as soon as I say it, how south we go in a hurry. Take a look back at the bank first big screen. Up and down, jumping and kicking. It's the bull you dream about. But unfortunately, as we've mentioned, you get to the end of your arm and all the power of that animal brings you down to the ground hard, fast, and in a hurry with a no score. As we take a look back at the bank first big screen, there is your leaderboard. 86 points. Braden Kilcrease leads all bull riders. Right behind him, Taylor Allen, Louisiana, with an 85, Caleb.
Yeah, then you got Dakota Smith, 84, Aiden Fortune, 83, and Luke Moon, 79. So as the opening round comes to a close, we did not fill those 8 spots. So some guys aren't going to come back in the championship round off of their time.
So 6 spots have been filled on rides. Lucas Mooneyham could be one of those guys that get a chance to come back based on time. I'm not going to speculate any further, but 2 spots still left to fill. 8 men will have a chance to win this event. But right now, if you have your baseballs, I want you to pull the baseballs out, hold them high above your head, because members of your Northwest Community College Ranger Rodeo team is going to come into the arena. We're going to play us a good old-fashioned baseball toss, much like a good old-fashioned game of horseshoes is what we're going to do here in just a minute. The closest baseball to the cooler is going to get the win. Now, if I can just get Coach Loomis's microphone, you think as many interviews as he does for winning, he'd remember to come grab this thing.
Once again, don't forget about Swanky Cow Creations. Greek Ellican family down there, a great big thank you. They sponsored the Calf Scramble earlier this evening. Also, the Northwest Ranger merchandise booth. Go over there and get your merchandise, as well as the Buck Wild booking stock. They have all kinds of ball caps over there. So as we're going to turn things down to the arena floor, my partner Jacob Wallace, take it away, buddy. Oh, once again, a great big thank you to all of our friends and our partners here in 2025. Thank you to our players of the baseball toss. You guys got an opportunity to watch the championship bull riding. Right now, it's time to watch the future in the world of professional bull riding. Senatobia, I need to ask you, who's ready to ride some junior bulls?
Boy, pretty cool deal. Every baseball that we had for sale was sold. Thank you, bull riding fans. Remember, the reason we all gathered and the reason we've gathered for the last 36 years is to benefit and support your Northwest Community College Ranger Rodeo team. Is anybody enjoying the big screen by chance, the new addition of the lights this year? Isn't that pretty cool? We're glad to have Logan Roddy and his crew from Northwest Arkansas bringing the big screen, taking you in depth to all of our bull riding that's happening here at the 36th annual Bull O Rama. So let's go to Evan Unruh, Batesville, Mississippi. Trick or Treat is the bull he is drawn tonight. Judd Moore and the crew, Moore Cattle Company, bringing these junior bulls to us. Simply said, you're going to see some large steers, some true blue miniature bucking bulls, maybe even some older bulls that have slowed down and lost a step. But the main thing is, every bull, every cowboy are matched for the success of the athlete. Let's go. That is the young man that I watched get little money. He and his brother ride very well. Watched him get a little bit in old Como, Mississippi just the other day.
All right, so let's go to the Prime Manufacturing Bunking Chute. Let's go to Cortland, Mississippi. This is going to be Garrett Jones. Garrett Jones on a little bull they call Oreo. Cortland, Mississippi cowboy just about ready. We give the nod. Here we go.
That bull turns it back to the left. That is the caliber of bulls. When you move on to the National Little Britches Finals, the junior high finals, the bulls get a little bigger, they get a little ranker, so you want to start learning and training on the ability of the animal that you are going to be riding into the future. And normally, that is a bull that young man has a chance to ride very well, but unfortunately on a wet and rainy, soggy Saturday night, it's not going to happen, and we're going to be no score. As we move to Miles Unruh, the second half of the unruliest kids in Mississippi. Batesville, Mississippi, a 13-year-old bull rider. We met the Oreo. Now it's time to double stuff them.
It's a fun little outstanding bull to watch right here. Double stuff. Miles Unruh, you watched his brother moments ago. A Batesville, Mississippi cowboy.
Get there. Get there. Don't you quit. Oh, it's picture perfect. He says, Mississippi, how do you like me now? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, scores come to us just like the big bulls do. 1 to 50 points on the degree of difficulty. 1 to 50 points, how they stay in the middle. And we are going to be 65 points and put him number 1 on Saturday. Mr. Unruh, nice ride, young man. He keeps riding that good, Mom and Dad. He can afford a haircut for too long. That party keeps rocking on in the back. He's going to keep riding good. Front side buck and shoot. I believe it's going to be Jackson Prestige. 13-year-old man from Sarah, Mississippi. It's time to sail the 7 seas. Captain Jack Sparrow. The name of the buck and bull in the front side shoot. McDonald Welding Cornerstone Equine. Hey. Oh, we started a good ride, but we come up short of the 8-second requirement. Folks, I think that bull missed his calling. They named one earlier Oreo. They named another one double stuffed, and right there is the prime definition of a double stuffed Oreo. Just saying, that bull right there doesn't miss very many meals. But a no score for our bull rider regardless is how it's shaken down. As we move to the Cavender's Buck and Shoot, teaming up with our friends of the Crenshaw Auction Services. As we go to Biggin Hamrick, 13-year-old from Senatobia, Mississippi, is the next man to nod his head. Folks, as I mentioned, he's from right here at your home, Senatobia, Mississippi. Biggin's trying to make it happen and do it in a big, big way. 66 points or better is what he needs to do to take it north of the winner's circle on Saturday night in old Senatobia, Mississippi. Judd Moore and his wonderful family, again supplying all of our junior bucking bulls tonight. All right, Biggin. Keep riding. Keep riding. Come on, Mississippi. Oh, it don't get any better. Look out, Justin. Hey, I promise you, Justin was saying, oh, crap, Big Will's like, I can bulldog him. Numbers are coming in. 35 and 36. That is 71. Folks, you're going to like it. How about 71 points for Biggin? Number 1 man, Biggin Hammer goes 71. As we move to Jay Scalise, Hernando, Mississippi, the 13-year-old bull rider. With Halloween coming up this next Friday, What a perfect bull. The friendliest bull in the herd, known as Casper, from Chud Moore and the crew. Cody Rhoda, Davey Ross give us numbers, keeps us rolling through. And gentlemen, I'm just glad you got enough lead in your pencils, because they've been riding them on a Saturday. I'm going to get this one rolled, however. The youngster from Hernando comes up just a little short. But Mississippi, why don't you put your hands together for a home state kid? He could use some love. Hernando's not very far. Let's go to the booming metropolis of Coldwater, Mississippi. How about that? Cameron Favaz are getting ready to go inside the Magnolia Lighting Buck and Shoot. Teamed up with Cox Excavation of the WW Steel. And as I mentioned earlier, there's only so many bulls that you can find to fit so many kids. So every once in a while we run into a dilemma. As you're about to see the bull they call Oreo for the second time this evening, bull riding fans. There's only so many good bulls out there to fit the young men that you need to keep them safe and teach them how to ride right. Oh, hung in a bull rope. Jacory's there. Jake England's there. Oreo spinning to what he is born bred to do. But our bullfighters step in, get him loose. Come on, everybody. He's okay. He's up and around. Let's give it for Cameron. Let's give it for them bullfighters and a great work, gentlemen. Watch it back on the big screen. Jake takes one to the face. Jacory's able to get in there. Gets him popped loose. You talk about averting a dangerous situation with only a no score. So let's go to Connor Moore, the 15-year-old talent from Senatobia, Mississippi, and a bull by the name of Trick or Treat that we watched for the second time tonight. Crenshaw and Cavender's teaming up. What had promise ends in disaster with a no score. Old Trick or Treat puts a good kid to the ground. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we round out our junior bull riding here on the 36th annual O Rama, Big and Hamrick from Senatobia, Mississippi goes 71 points, sits number one. Right behind him, Miles Unruh with a 65-point bull ride sits number two on this Saturday night. So Senatobia, Mississippi, let me go ahead and ask the question. How many of you are enjoying your Saturday night in old Mississippi? Folks, the top 8 men, 6 of them qualified back on rides and 2 drawn back on time. So we'll take a look at that leaderboard to remind everybody, here's the situation. Brayton Kilcrease sits number one with an 86-point bull ride. Right behind him, Louisiana's Taylor Allen with 85. Dakota Smith, 84 points. Aiden Fort, 83. Luke Moon rounds out the top 5 with a 79. But don't you dare forget, Casey Roberts is down in there with a 75 as well. 73 points in 6 bull rides that are on that board. Caleb Claybrook, here's the situation, though. What they done a minute ago does matter in this short round, but they have a chance to even do better because they get to pick their dance with destiny.
be a rematch.
I like it's in his favor.
Here's a guy coming here with a load of confidence. I know what he's going to pick. Taylor, tell me what it is, buddy.
Hey, turn around. Caleb. Turn around. Everybody's getting a look at your backside up there. Old Bob, the most feared bull in the whole herd. Do you think there'll be a personal foul on the play?
Luke News, 79 points. Luke, what can it be, buddy? 626 Wicked Paradise.
Oh, that's going to be a matchup. I promise you there's a black and white paint in there that'll take you. Ah, good one.
Does not have a dick. Harris Brown. He's going to be matched up with Painted Warrior. Hey, come here. Tell us, does it feel to make your first championship round right here in Senatobia, Mississippi? Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. He said, I'm a lack of words, but I'm ready to ride. Sit back, relax, get what you need to get because the showdown comes to you momentarily.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's put this into perspective. The last and final 8 bull riders that have a chance to win this event. 6 men with rides trying to go 2 for 2 and hands down win this event. 2 men drawn back on time that have a opportunity to pull off an upset in Senatobia, Mississippi. We watched it happen in years past. Last year it took 2 bulls to win this very event, Caleb Claybrook. I am excited as ever because the short round bulls, they may be as stacked as we've ever seen here in this venue. And we've rode bulls for 90 points in the past in O Rama.
Absolutely. It all comes down to the championship round right here. This right here is where champions are going to be crowned as these Cowboys got an opportunity to draft their bulls. So they picked their poison, which one they wanted. and which one they'd have the best shot at winning this event.
If they stub their toe, it's all their fault because they picked their dance with destiny. And these men, of course, Braden Kilcrease, you mentioned that's a rematch. He's been successful on that bull. He's 86 in front of everybody here tonight. Will he be the last man to go? I don't know. When they buck him, they're going to buck him, but I guarantee he's going to come out both guns blazing and a chance to win this event. He doesn't want to be sitting back there waiting for his opportunity. They're ready to run him in whenever. But don't forget, it's anybody's game because the opportunity is now to ride those two bulls.
Absolutely. And talking about Dakota Smith, 84, Taylor Allen, 85. Taylor Allen takes lickety-split. He has rode that bull before, so his confidence right now is through the roof. And Dakota Smith, a cowboy that he actually picked, Bob, 2100 Bob. I got a chance to watch that bull at Ozark, Missouri. Bob, he was outstanding.
I'm almost surprised he didn't take Wicked Paradise because he rode that bull to win the college rodeo here. He's rode that bull just the other day, I'm pretty sure, in Northwest Arkansas to make some money. So the fact he didn't want to take him must mean he really likes Drawn Bob.
Absolutely. You know, this bull, Wicked Paradise, that you're going to watch a little later on, he was one of the bulls that was selected to go to the international.
He's the bull that's on the logo.
Exactly. He at the International Finals Rodeo, he was the high mark bull of round number 3. Out of the lefts, rider friendly. Out of the rights, you better cock your hammer because he's going to bring it.
Regardless, your powder better be dry and you better ready to shoot straight because these bulls in this round are going to be outstanding. That Painted Warrior bull, that bull that's left last in the draw, that's a bull that's been to some of the biggest, most prestigious rodeos in the world, like Houston, San Antonio, Denver, the National Western Stock Show, and you get to see him right here. He's even been on the PBR trail and Unleash the Beast in teams recently, and that's the power of bulls that we have in this short round.
Oh, absolutely, and take a look at Casey Roberts. Here's a cowboy. You watched him in the opening round, 73 points. He said he didn't get the opportunity for a re-ride. The bull didn't quite cooperate for that cowboy to get a high score, but he's going to make the best of it. Casey picked a bull, 152J, bad bull. And that is right. This bull, Jacob, is bad to the bone.
As I've mentioned, every single one of these bulls can deliver high numbers. But if there is a bull that single-handedly you look in the draw and say, this one can provide a 90, Bad Bull's the animal.
Well, as we get everything set to go with your final 8 cowboys. Oh, so we kick things off with a moody Alabama cowboy, Ryder Carpenetti. Rides at the collegiate level, University of Tennessee, Martin. Inside the Magnolia Lighting bucking chute.
You know, Caleb, I didn't mean to cut you off, but here's a interesting development because this is one of the young men that came back on time, that was drawn back into this short round. He has a huge opportunity if he can ride this bull and be north of 86. I'm talking 86 and a quarter, 87, or even more than that. He has a chance to upset the apple cart and win this event by just riding if every other bull rider was to buck off.
That's exactly right. And he had the opportunity between Painted Warrior and Magic Trick. And he asked me, he simply said, what do you think would fit me best? I said, gotta be Magic Trick.
I firmly agree with that statement. This is a kid that I have seen on collegiate rodeo through the high school ranks, that when he is on, he is as good as any young bull rider in the world going down the road. And I'm telling you right now is the opportunity 9 to get it done. Ryder Carpenetti, he is an Alabama man. Let's get it going. And I mean, yanks the bull rope right out of his hand. Take a look back at the bank first big screen. This big, powerful animal just yanks that twine right out of his hand. Ryder, there is no reason to hang your head low, buddy. That bull just simply bucked you off. So let's go to Oxford, Mississippi. Is there any Ole Miss fans in the house tonight? Well, hotty toddy, good God almighty, it's an Oxford man. The most confused fan base in the country, Jacory. The Rebels, the Sharks, the Bears, or a squirrel. But they're winning, that's all that matters. Harris Brown is another man. You mentioned it earlier, Caleb. His first chance to be in the short round, to be in this situation. And he is matched up with the Painted Warrior, a bull that came from Survey Championship Rodeo that has seen the largest rodeo in the world at the Houston Stock Show and Rodeo in Houston, Texas, has seen the National Western in Denver. Blake Sharp has hauled this bull to some PBR events. You talk about an animal that can take you to the promised land. Okay, this might be the best case scenario for Harris Brown. That bull got clogged up, got stopped up in the buck and shoot, hung a horn, brings the cowboy down. He does not have a choice. He is automatically getting a rewrite from our judges, and they will run another bull up underneath him, and I believe that's the bull. Possibly, it's either beefsteak or it's going to be Dirty Ivory. So either way, he's getting a second chance, and that's great. Third chance by now, actually.
All right, we go inside now to the McDonald Welding Bucking Chute, Cornerstone Equine Veterinary Services. They are bringing us the matchup with a cowboy coming into this championship round with a #1 pick. Braden Gilcrease from my home state of Oklahoma has picked a bull that has bucked him off 2 weeks ago in Ozark, Missouri. It is a bucking bull they call Paint Job.
So Braden, as I mentioned earlier, he's seen 2 go before him. He knows now it's time to capitalize. Come on, Braden. And the door is open. The door is open for the remaining Cowboys. 5 with qualified rides and then the re-ride. So Senatobia, it's still anybody's bull riding at this point.
Yeah, it's still anybody's game. That bull that he just was aboard Paint Job in Ozark, Missouri. He was around the left, right inside the gate. Braden rode him for about 6.5 seconds. Tonight, he's going to switch it up and go a whole different route. These bulls are unpredictable. Anything can happen at any given time. Folks, as he stands before you, do me a favor and put your hands together for the efforts of Braden Gilcrease from Council Hill, Oklahoma.
I mean, take a good look at that red-white paint bull. He is big, he is bad, he knows he's large and in charge. As Braden Hahn, Colvin Ingram, our 2 members of Northwest Community College and our bull wrangling team. Heads up, boys. That is a bull that likes to stay out late on Saturday night and party.
Hey, while we got a little bit of time right now, I want to know on a Saturday night, Senatobia, who here likes free stuff? I'll get loud. You guys like free stuff? All right, well, do me a favor. Everybody reach up onto the bleachers right now if you like free stuff. Everybody. Reach up under those bleachers because one lucky fan tonight will go home with a used piece of gum.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So let's go to Philadelphia, Mississippi. And the young and rising upcoming superstar Aiden Fortin. 90 points 24 hours ago in Oxford. The 2024 Southeastern Professional Rodeo Champion in his hometown of Philadelphia, Mississippi is where he won that. He came into the short round with an 83-point ride. And a bull that deserves a 15-yard penalty named Late Hit. Magnolia Lighting Cox Excavation Bucking Chute is where it is about to go down. Simply said, ladies and gentlemen, if he doesn't ride this bull, he will stay in the number 4 spot until we do ride one. But if he rides him, he'll be the first on 2 and the chance to win this event for a young man that I'm pretty darn sure is about to be a member of your Northwest Community College Ranger Rodeo team in 2026 in the fall semester. Aiden, man, might as well get used to winning in this building.
Here's a cowboy that is going to take his talents to the International Finals Rodeo next year in 2026 of January. Last night was 90 points. And Jacob, he's got enough bull underneath him tonight that we might just see 90 points right here at the Buck Young Arena.
Standout high school talent, a high school national finalist. He's destined for stardom. As again, every time I've seen him, all he does is ride bucking bulls. But unfortunately, late hit is not wanting to play fair. So we're going to roll up to the front side right-hand delivery bucket shoot for that re-ride at Harris Brown. All right, so back to Harris. Oxford, Mississippi guy. Hey, look, I really need to become buddies with Harris Brown because his cheering section's a whole lot of good-looking ladies. Harris, I don't know what you do for a living, old son, but you must have money.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Jacob. If he rides this bull, he's going to take home a pile of cash.
All right, Harris Brown. Time to make it happen. He's already been on 2 head of bulls. It has not been his night, but they say the 3rd time is the charm. And now's the perfect time to do it. All right, here's what I don't understand. I've never understood this in 17 years of announcing rodeos and bull ridings. You cheer so loud before the ride happens, and then you're as quiet as church mice when things go bad. I want you ladies to scream for your guy one more time and tell him you still love him for the effort he tried. Thank you, bull riding fans. I never get it. Never get it. They get so loud before it goes bad, and then when it goes bad, they're just like, yeah, we're twiddling our thumbs.
Well, switching gears, going back to Aiden Fortune. Magnolia lighting bunking shoot. Let's help him ride this one. Late hit. Oh, wow. Talk about a late hit.
Yeah. Look, that big yeller whale, you might as well be Captain Arab because that dude right there will crush you. Can we roll that back one more time? Watch it back in the bank first, and right there. I mean, that's like getting hit by a 2x4 or bigger. But about a 2,000-pound animal behind it. Caleb, that right there is the reason I quit riding bulls. That reason right there.
And that's a very good reason.
Yeah. Paid way too much to talk about them. I quit riding them. So, Montford, Alabama next to go. The 4-time PBR World Finalist, a Southeastern Circuit Finals qualifier, and a college national champion bull rider. Back when he was a member of Three Rivers Community College in the Ozark region. Casey Roberts, Montford, Alabama, on a bull that we mentioned earlier can take you every bit of north of 90. Bad, bad bull, the Buck Wild Bucking Stock.
Yeah, this bull right here bucked off Darren Wagler, the number 2 bull rider in the IPRA World Standings right now in about 5 seconds. But this bull has not met the likes of Casey Roberts just yet. Wow.
And right there, that proves that these bulls do not give a darn who you are, what you've won. They've got one job, and that is to put you on the dirt quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I promise you, those WW steel bucket chutes, they do not give when those bulls go to banging and clanging. Kind of like a Mississippi State Bulldog fan when they start clanging them cowbells.
Oh, I think it's two. Sorry.
All right, let's change them up.
Oh, let's go to Taylor Allen, Glenn, Louisiana. 85 points in the opening round. And he is selecting a bunking bull by the name of Lickety Split. He's ridden this bull before for 89 points. All eyes are on the Louisiana Cowboy right now. 85 in the opening round. We just might see a 90-point bull ride right here in the Bud Young Arena.
He won money at this event last year. Could he do it 2 years in a row? 85 points is in the number 2 spot, so he's already leaving with a paycheck. But if anything about Taylor, he's greedy. He likes number 1 money. Number 2 is like, oh, that Talladega Night movie. If you ain't first, you're last.
Taylor Howland, he is very, very hungry. Fresh off an event win last night with 90.5 points. We could see the same thing here tonight as we are set. Let's go!
I would have lost the farm. That betting we would have rode that bull, because that is something that does not happen very often, especially the times I've seen him matched up against that one. But it's a no score as of right now. He'll do no less than second at the rate we're going. So I believe we're going to Georgia. Going to Georgia in West Point for Luke Moon. Single-handedly looked at the draw, saw what bull he had, and said, you know what? Wicked Paradise, that's the one that I want. I can't believe they left him for me. A Georgian trying to ride a bull they've won in this venue on. Back the other way. Do it, Luke. Folks, do me a favor. Can somebody put their hands together for that Georgia bull rider? He tried so hard, but unfortunately the bull best our Georgia bull rider.
Well, Senatobia, Mississippi, I need to know, have you guys enjoyed the 36th edition of O Rama here on a Saturday night? Let me hear you. As we're crawling down inside the Magnolia Lighting Bucking Chute, Dakota Smith. He is a college national finals rodeo qualifier. And he rides for Northwest Community College right here. Won round 3 at the college finals. And he is trying to solidify his win tonight. He's got a bull fire branded 2100. They call this one Bob. This is it. This is for all the money.
If he bucks off, he'll do no less than third. Ride and you single-handedly will win this event. Will the story write itself? I want to know, Mississippi, do you want one of your Northwest Cowboys to win this event?
All right, when we swing this bucking shoe wide open, let's go! Oh-ho! Hey, hey! Judges say no score.
7.1 on the watch is the signal that I got. He gets the official word from our judges. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we draw the curtain down on the 2025 edition of Bull Rama, it looks with 86 points to be your 2025 champ from Oklahoma and Braden Gilcrease. Braden don't go very far. Caleb Claybrook's on his way down. We get a chance to hear from our Bull Rama champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion at the 36th edition Bull Rama from Oklahoma, Braden Gilcrease.
Congratulations to Braden. Big and Hambrick gets the win in our junior bull riding. But ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Coach Will Loomis, his lovely wife, Miss Jenna, the entire team of Northwest Community College, the Buckwild Bucking Sock crew, my partner Caleb Claybrook, and his beautiful wife, our music director, Miss Shanoa Claybrook. My name is Jacob Wallace from Green Forest, Arkansas, saying good night, God bless. Please drive safe so we can see you in April with the annual college rodeo of the Northwest Community College. But don't forget, in December, we will be back in this venue to buck around the Christmas tree. On behalf of everybody involved, again, we want to say good night, God bless, and there may be some things you saw or heard tonight that you may or not remember, but hopefully you can take this with you. A friendly reminder that every day is a gift from God. We encourage you to live your life to the fullest, and most importantly, if you have a dream, we dare you to chase your dreams. Good night, Mississippi. We'll see you for year number 37.